Hello and welcome to the second episode of rebelin5, today at Makerist, the digital DIY platform. So come along. We're here in the beautiful Makerist office in Berlin, and I have the pleasure to talk to the CEO, Axel Heinz. So thanks for having us, Axel.
Welcome, Guido. Great that you're here.
So Axel, not everyone watching may be familiar with Makerist. So what is it you do? What do you offer, and how does the business model work?
Makerist is an online platform for creative hobbies, especially sewing and knitting. And we produce and sell video classes, video tutorials for people to learn. We also sell a huge variety of sewing patterns, knitting patterns to inspire people to pick their next project. And we also offer a huge variety of matching supplies, fabrics, wool, accessories, sewing machines, everything you see around here. And in addition to that, we also publish a lot of creative content to inspire people, to inform people what's going on in the industry, in the scene, interviews with experts and so on. We do that since 2013 and are now 42 people in this beautiful office.
You've had a successful career prior to launching Makerists. What actually motivated you to start your own company?
It's several things. So first of all, there is the idea. You've got an idea, you believe in it, it starts to develop, and then you want to put it into practice and see how it's going. Can you really scale that? Can you really implement that and make it real? Then it's also about having an impact in an industry for customers, and see, can you really change things in an industry? Can you make something much, much better than it existed before? And then it's also learning. So I was working in product management before, highly specialized. And as a founder, you have to do basically everything, especially at the start. And then you deep dive into online marketing, into legal topics, into HR, into leadership, everything. And I think there is hardly a better chance to boost your learning curve.
So what have been your experiences in raising capital for Makerist?
It was quite an exciting and intensive experience to present your idea, the team, the business, what you achieved to investors, to VCs. You meet a lot of smart people with a lot of experience, very professional people who saw a bunch of different models. They give you really honest feedback on what you are doing, what you achieved, about the market. They compare it with other things they are doing. And that actually gives you a lot back. Even if you don't close a deal, you get really valuable feedback. And then this entire pitching process is quite a good exercise also to focus on what you are doing, what you achieved, what problem did you solve, what are your plans for the future, and explain that to someone in 10 minutes. So really, it gives you a great opportunity to refocus, to rethink. And it's also quite a lot of work. You have to prepare our documents, you have to contact investors, you have to meet them, you have to pitch, you have to do tons of analysis afterwards, contracts, due diligence, and so on. And so it's really valuable if you are more than one founder. So you better be 3 founders, because one will probably constantly be in fundraising.
In the handcrafting market, you partner with very traditional companies, sewing machine producers, manufacturers of garments and wool. So how digital are these companies today, and what does it actually mean for your working relationship with them?
In the market, especially in Germany, you've got a lot of medium-sized companies, actually quite traditional. One of our partners is more than 500 years old, so really wow. But when it comes to digital, it's often not that easy, or we see that they are a couple of years behind. And initially it was for us not easy to approach them or to get on their radar that we could actually do something for them and it's valuable for them to cooperate. Took us 3 years, and the hook, the lever was actually in the end that we started to promote their brands, and we did not really start with selling them, but more introducing the brands to digital audiences, to influencers. We applied all kinds of social media channels and reported about them, what they are doing, what is behind the brand, what history do they have, how do they produce, and that opened the doors. And meanwhile, we do quite a lot with them. We produce video classes together, we go to events together, we create events together, and also start to develop products together. So after 3 years, it became actually super valuable for both sides.
Axel, the maker movement is reconnecting people to actually building things again. How do you see that movement evolve further with new technology, 3D printing, for example?
Yeah, 3D printing, I don't know, let's see. I think it's still searching for its use case to reach the mass market. It will be quite exciting to see what that will be. Our type of do-it-yourself, probably not. We also sometimes hear that there are experiments around augmented reality, new ways to visualize, tutorials to visualize, learning how to make things. But that's also I think in the distant future. Where I see the biggest change at the moment is the way how content is actually created and distributed. So this was dominated by publishing houses traditionally ever since, and they had authors who wrote the books or for magazines, and the publishing houses distributed everything. And this is really changing. Now the authors are starting to create the content for themselves and also to publish it by themselves, and they use modern technology. They use social media, they use apps, they create their own shops, they create new features around it, and they actually reconnect with the customer directly. And they also use platforms like Makerist, and so that became actually quite valuable for both of us.